In the shadows of the mind where secrets hide, we dive into the dark where truth collides.
Forensic minds unravel the twisted thread. True crime tales from the living and the dead.
Why did they do it? To help, for love, in anger or insane? Who will remember them? Who is to blame? The victims deserve justice. The guilty should be until the end of time. Echoes of the past in every crime.
From the profiler's chair to the courtroom fight, we seek the reasons in the dead of night.
Motives buried deep in hearts gone cold. Stories of the broken waiting to be told.
All right, everybody. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and do this story because it literally just happened. Okay. I thought this was going to be the outcome. You know, Valerie, I wondered, right? Because so I was watching Plunder, and Plunder had all of this, all of the release, the FOIA release and everything. And so she had all of the divorce documents, everything that was filed by MoniqueTepe and against, you know, the 7-month husband, Mckee, Michael Mckee. And as I was reading through it, the way she was answering some things, I was thinking to myself, he's an abusive person, right? Like her answers were sort of like, they weren't straightforward. They were like sending another message. Like she bought her own wedding rings. He wasn't supporting her financially at all. And yes, it's true that the year before he had an income of $50,000. The problem is that he was still a student. He was being paid as a resident. They do their residency, and then when they come out, then they end up with a job that's got like $300,000-$400,000 salary. So, but sure, when they're students, they're making just enough money to pay for an apartment, a car payment, and a little bit of food. I think he looks really scary, Diane. I do too. He looks very intense, and it's a little frightening. Now, I do think that it is, how should I say this? I think it is very interesting that it's 5 years after the divorce. That is interesting, isn't it? 5 years, and there's 2 children and a dog, and the guy is very pointed. He goes in just for Monique and the new husband, but does not do anything to the kids or the dog. He was vengeance, right? He was focused on evening the score. So I suspect that what we're going to find out, and this is only a guess, this is not fact. I haven't read this anywhere. It's only my own ideas and thoughts. I suspect we're going to find out that this guy, maybe he had a new marriage, and that marriage, the wife had just filed for divorce. Or maybe he just found out that he cannot have kids. I think it's going to come, I think something will come out where he will feel cheated, and he'll go all the way back to the first adult woman that really hurt him, Monique. And I will say it again. I do feel like reading, what Plunder shared with the community. I got the feeling there may have been some abuse, and that was why she so quickly filed for divorce, moved away, didn't want to be anywhere around. It doesn't have to be that. I'm not saying that's for sure, but it was sort of a feel. The tone of the divorce papers gave me that feeling, but the actual murders, yeah. This guy, even Michael Mckee, he either got fired from a job, or divorce. His new wife filed for divorce, or he learned he couldn't have kids. There was something that made him go all the way back to the original abandonment. Whether there was abuse or not, he clearly felt that Monique violated him. And maybe he was able to hold it together. He was just finishing law school. He's ready to get out, make a good life for himself. And maybe none of that stuff turned out well. And he looked at her as being the harbinger of bad news. Joseph Rapp, thank you for telling us that. Are they saying anything on the local news that we're not getting online yet? I do. There is a little bit of information that I know, but I was just like so excited that they made the arrest, that they caught the guy. I was just thrilled that they caught. Y'all know how I feel about domestic violence. You know, right? Barry Morphew can tell you how I feel about domestic violence. So here's what we know. Michael David Mckee, age 39, is the ex-husband of MoniqueTepe. According to court records and family confirmations, Mckee and Monique were married in August 2015, divorced in 2017 after 2 years of marriage. They did not have children together. The couple's marriage ended several years before Monique married Spencer Tepe. They were only married 7 months, I believe. I don't know why it said 2 years. 37-year-old dentist, originally from Mason, Ohio. Spencer and Monique had been married for nearly 5 years at the time of their death and shared 2 young children, 1 year old and 4, I believe. Children were left unharmed. On the morning of December 30th, Columbus police responded to the Tepe residence in the Wineland Park neighborhood about 10 a.m. They discovered Spencer and Monique fatally shot inside their home. The killings were not believed to be a murder-suicide, and the couple's 2 children and dog were left unharmed in the house. Michael David Mckee was arrested today, January the 10th, in Rockford, Illinois, without incident. He was booked into the Winnebago County Jail shortly before noon, so like just a couple hours ago. He is being held on an out-of-state hold pending extradition to Ohio. He faces 2 counts of murder in the deaths of Spencer Tepe and MoniqueTepe, according to Franklin County Municipal Court records. An arrest warrant was issued earlier on January 10th. So today, it all went down today. Mckee is scheduled for a court appearance in Illinois on Monday, January 12th at 1:30. Okay, so that is, let's see, somewhere I did read. Where did I read that? Hold on. So they had the early morning surveillance video. Yeah. So they had the early morning surveillance video about 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, you see a dude walking past the home of the Tempes, right? There were people that watched that video and they said, that's totally Michael Mckee. Same body, same like gait, like the way he's walking. So there were people that did call the police and said, I believe that is video of Michael Mckee. At that point, then, the investigators followed through various surveillance cameras the man walking through the neighborhood, and they were able to match him to a vehicle. And then they tracked that vehicle to Rockford, Illinois, near Chicago, where they found evidence that put Mckee in possession of the car both before and after the homicides. So they got him. They've got him. It's really quite amazing what the police can do, isn't it? Yeah, he had a very, like, he had those turned in pigeon-toed, like athletes. Yeah, he had a distinctive look. But so someone called in and said, I think that's Michael Mckee. And then the cops were able to match him up to a vehicle. And then when they tracked the vehicle, it tracked to his location. And now there is evidence in the car. So what I don't understand is, how did the neighbors not hear the shots? Look, you know, he's a wealthy doctor. He can buy a silencer. And he probably did. He was adopted. Who was adopted, Zelda? Okay, Requiem's got information. They were married in either 2015 or 16, and her parents snuck her away. Boom. There you go. I told you that it just reading the papers, you could see the domestic violence. Yep. Thank you for that, Requiem. He told Monique that when he got a sign-on bonus, he would buy the house next door to where she lived and harass the family. Good Lord. He's one of those. Yep. He's one of those. Wow. Man, bless her heart. When it's New Year's, people kind of avoid all the extra noises. The ex was adopted for years by sending packages. Oh, so he had it bad. He was not able to give up the power and control. So he's kind of like that guy from Sleeping with the Enemy. Remember the Julia Roberts movie? Scary dude. I mean, he looks scary. Here we are, 2026. It took him that long, but he did what he wanted to get done. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So sad. Yeah, he was simmering. Something happened that pushed him over the edge. Something happened. So, yeah, it's very, very sad. Let me see. I do have a little bit here. Oh, that would be very interesting to learn, Diane. Wonder what it was like to work with him. He looks like a scary guy. He doesn't look like it would be fun to work with him. All right, this is from Crime Fix, Law and Crime.
News out of Columbus, Ohio. Charges filed in the murders of Spencer and MoniqueTepe on the eve of their funerals. MoniqueTepe.
Oh, so their funerals are tomorrow, y'all. Oh, that's terrible. So that's the dude, and he looks like, damn, I can't believe I didn't get away with it. He's a scary looking guy, and he's a big, hefty guy, right? Like strong looking. I bet she was terrified of him. He probably thought he was going to get away with it. Be my guess.
Just a short time. The affidavit in support of the murder charges states, on December 30th, 2025 at 9:57 a.m., Columbus patrol officers were dispatched to on a check on the well-being of a Dr. Spencer Tepe who had not shown up to work. Officers.
Okay, so I've already read that part of the affidavit to you. Okay, so everything else is just going to be kind of discussion. Let me see if I see anything new. That's him. I mean, he's a big looking guy, you know? I'm so glad they got him. You see that Barrymore few? You guys are all the same and you never get away with it. Okay. I don't see anything new. Who is this? Do we know who that is? Do y'all know who that is? We'll listen to him if he's part of the family. Jules, find his high school picture and look at his eyes when he's smiling. He looks like Barry. Yeah, I'm telling you, these guys are the same. I bet he was stalking her and monitoring that home. Oh, yeah, I would agree, Polly. That would be my expectation. Well, Polly, before you came in, some people were saying, I think Requiem said it, that he would mail packages to Monique at her house with Spencer. He said that when he got his he was waiting on like a big payoff, big money, that he was going to buy the house beside Monique and Spencer. So he was filled with like need for revenge. Yep. And her mom basically snuck her off in the middle of the night to escape this guy. I think we can all remember that movie, Sleeping with the Enemy. Scary guy. What makes me sick is how these murderers are able to use their wives' inheritance to pay for their defense team, like Reiner. He is able. Well, I think the brother and sister have pulled the money away from Reiner. I don't think he's going to be using their money. And Barry does use Suzanne's money for his legal stuff. Yep. It is very spooky, Polly. The whole thing could be a movie. It's so bad. Yeah. So bad. I mean, it basically is the Sleeping with the Enemy movie is what it looks like it's unfolding to be, right? I am so glad that the kids, though, were safe. I think the 1-year-old will be okay. At 1 year old, you're not likely to remember by the time you get to be 10, 11, 13, 14. The 4-year-old will probably have some memory of mom and dad, but they'll have somebody will step up and love them. I think Monique's brother is the one taking care of them right now. And, they'll, at least they were spared and, they'll have a good life. Oh, she's a bunny. This dude is a bunny boiler. Yeah. I know, Polly. It's so sad. Alan Jackson got off the case. Yeah. I think when the truth came out about how devastating the crime scene was, what Nick actually did to their parents, I think they just said, no, we're not paying for his defense. Absolutely not. And then they withdrew their support, It was 2015 when he was finishing his internship as a doctor that he was going to buy the house next door to her, but wherever that was, we don't know. Okay. Thank you for that, Requiem. I can't help myself but to comment about the ego of a vascular surgeon and how they don't take no. Well, Critter, these surgeons do. First of all, I want to be fair about how I enter it. They know that they have skills and knowledge that other people don't have. They know that especially someone like a vascular surgeon or a cardiac surgeon, they know that they have the power to save lives when the rest of us do not. They also get trained to have an extraordinary level of confidence. That is part of their training that they go through. So do some of them develop a God complex and get really, really arrogant? Sure. I think it's almost like a requirement if you're going to be one of these specialists. I think you've got to have a lot of confidence, because you're basically standing there between the life or death. And they make a lot of decisions quickly on the fly that could result in death. So yes, I think that, there's some that are very stuck up, arrogant, if you will. But I don't know that you would say that they are sadistic. I don't think that is true, because I think they care, or they wouldn't be doing the work they're doing. I think they want to help people. But look, he could have just as easily turned out to be a mechanic as a surgeon. No, I think that he just felt like she had no right to abandon him. He was probably furious that her mom helped her escape. And I think he just never got over. I do think we're going to find out that recently he lost something important. His wife filed for divorce. He lost his job. Something that he's going to look at as a sign that Monique ruined his life. So it'll be okay. So yeah, Polly knows. Yeah. You do want them to have confidence, right, Polly? Like you do. They need to be able to make those decisions. Years ago, I was engaged to a radiologist and then dated him again later. He was the biggest jackie. There's a lot of them, Ruth. But I'm grateful they caught him. And do I think that he will do a plea deal? I don't know. I think you can expect there'll be a trial because of the arrogance, because of the training, because he's completely certain that he can win the trial. They dated longer than they were married. They dated for several years and called the wedding off a few times, then got married, and they were only like for a couple of months, 7 months, I believe, Requiem. Yeah. Thank God her parents got her. They do need to be confident, but then you get the entitled behavior that comes with it. Polly, they rule the roost. Yes, they do. No, I don't think that's him. That's what I was asking earlier. Does anybody know who this dude is on the screen? Let me back up a little bit. We'll find out. Okay, let's listen.
How big of a deal would that actually be to the investigation?
Yeah, as far as the investigation goes, I don't think you change what happened inside that house. But as far as the human aspect goes, you get those kids away from that scene a lot quicker. The kids had to sit in there a little bit longer until somebody went in and found them. So that's the damage in that. You're not going to change the fact that these people are dead. Well, you are going to.
Okay, so he must be some kind of an investigator, right? Let's see. I think he must be an investigator.
Situation. Also, they haven't said that it's a targeted incident. What does that tell you?
Well, you're absolutely right about that. When you talk about, and again, we look back on some of the internet sleuths that are out there saying, hey, listen, there was somebody tried to break into a house.
What's it like right now in the detective bureau in Columbus as the days go on?
They're running out all these leads. They're basically.
There you go. Will Villar, retired detective commander for the Chicago Police. Wow, he's a big guy. Knows his stuff.
What I saw in that interview with the chief, they've got some leads. They're going in a specific direction on this. But as a detective, all you want to do is work on your case. You don't want all the distractions from the outside, and that's where your layer of supervision comes in. My job as a supervisor was to give my detectives all the tools they needed so they could do their job, and I'll handle all the other stuff. So they're doing their job, and I think the chief did a good thing by going, and the deputy chief did a good thing by going on TV.
Yeah, because I think you
All
look.
right, very good. Yay, we got an arrest. That's so great. And thank you, Cinnamon Hot Hot. Here is the domestic violence hotline. I know that sometimes, even if they make their arrest, if you're in a dangerous situation, it can be really frightening and triggering. So here is a Google link to the domestic violence hotline. And here's your link to RAIN. And we've done that. We've put up the RAIN links. Let me see if I've still got it on a banner. Let me see. No, I just have the National Suicide Hotline. Because we did a whole video on RAIN and how to get in contact with them. You can 64673. Hold on just 1 minute and I'll get this done. 646. You guys talk among yourselves. All right. There is the text that you can send a message and get help. Yes, Barry Behind Bars is singing, and Jules Fancy Behind Bars is eating her afternoon snack. They're coming for you, Sharon. What is that, Moments in Trading? I'm so glad that you were able to do that, Valerie. It's great that you were able to get to safety. Surprised the rest was so fast considering the first cop went to the wrong address. Are you talking about on the night that the original safety call? Oh, are they talking? Maybe that's why mine's talking so much, Glenn. Snowing like crazy in northern Illinois. That lake effect snow. It is a snow blowing machine, isn't it? Yeah. That's so funny that they're talking. What color is your bougie, Glenn? I have a Barry Behind Bars is blue with a white head. That's the male. And then Fancy Behind Bars, she's called a Fancy bougie, blah, blah. And she's got flashes of tanzanite on her wings. Search that sentence and watch a short clip. A woman is talking to her neighbor and the police show up. The neighbor starts joking, saying, "They're coming for you, Sharon." And they are. Oh, wow. Just do a regular Google search to "They're coming for you, Sharon." Let's see. Oh, it's a missing child's case in Florida. Wow. Her friend still doesn't believe it. Wow. Hold on. I'm going to show it in the channel. Hang on, y'all. That is not a happy way to end Saturday, is it? Yikes. Not a good day. All right, let me share. They're coming for you, Sharon. That'll be a good way to end this live. And if you're looking for more information on the arrest of Michael Mckee, Plunder has been a wealth of like court documents, historical information that's been verified. So I hope you'll go over and watch Plunder and get caught up today. All right, here is, they're coming for you, Sharon. This is so funny. Thank you. Thank you for this heads up. This is a good one. All right, y'all ready? Here we go.
Uh-oh. Hey.
How you doing, Miss Sharon?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good.
Uh-oh. They're coming for you, Sharon. They don't want me. They want Reggie. What's up?
No, we're here for you, ma'am. Definitely here for you.
Whoa, why?
We're waiting on the detective to get here, but we have, with all the information that we do have, you have a warrant for your arrest.
Oh, man.
Ma'am, we're not.
Oh,
You can go back up. You can
I'm
go home.
so sorry.
No, you're okay.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, go ahead
Oh,
and go
my
home.
goodness.
Thank you.
Go home, lady. It's not your circus, not your bunkies.
I don't understand.
Yes, ma'am.
So she
So-
stole a
Sharon,
child?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put you in handcuffs, okay?
Can I take my dog in and get my husband?
I
We'll
can
give-
take care
we'll
of
give
it.
the dog
I'll go
the-
ahead and get your husband, and we'll get your dog taken care of.
You want me to hold the leash for now? I don't want to. She's I don't think she's gonna get away. Well, you don't have to do that. I'm not gonna.
I gotta still put you in handcuffs,
Here,
ma'am.
let me have this. I promise I will not hurt your dog under any circumstances.
We'll do it in the front, okay?
Oh my gosh, this arrest was made November 2025, so it's new.
I didn't do anything.
Try not to get your watch where it's gonna pinch you or anything.
Remember that. Don't let him go because I don't have it. I don't know what they're doing.
Well, you guys, somebody's got to tell me something. What's going on? She has a warrant. For all the information, for all the information that we have.
A warrant for what?
For her arrest. Well, I'm waiting on the detective who can come explain to you just everything in just 1 second, okay? Here, do that real quick.
Poor little
I
dog.
don't know anything.
I'll have the Miss Reggie. I'll have the detective come talk to you in just 1 second, okay? I gotta make a phone call. Okay? We're not in any kind of rush. Just give us 1 minute. I understand in the middle of your driveway. If you want to just step by the truck, that's fine too. Yeah, in the shade. Just give me 1 minute. Okay?
Mike, that's some other units were 10-12 detained.
Oh, here's more. Her daughter
He's
tells
like, I don't know how to tell you this any other way. He's like, you've been a missing person for 42, 43.
you've been a missing person for 42 years. Oh my God. Oh, I love Florida. Sunshine laws. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is nuts, y'all.
Years, and your real name is Michelle Marie Newton.
Last month, Michelle found out she isn't who she thought she was. She's been missing since she was.
Oh, this is the woman that she stole. that's her in November 2025. Her biological mother, or I'm sorry, her kidnapper was arrested. That's what we were just watching. They're coming for you, Sharon. That's the lady that raised this woman. What a unbelievable nightmare.
Michelle found out she isn't who she thought she was.
Poor Michelle.
She's been missing since she was 3 years old and grew up feeling like there was more to her story.
Yeah.
One of my relatives is like, oh, you're probably on a milk carton somewhere.
Uh-oh, they're coming for you, Sharon. They don't want me. They want Reggie. What's up?
No, we're here for you, ma'am. Definitely here for you. With all the information that we do have, you have a warrant for your arrest.
That is
I've always known
wild.
her mom was hiding her. Her dad was not her real dad, and that she had a huge family that loved her.
I mean, it was a shock, but not a shock. It was like, oh, now it all finally makes sense.
I'm Ann Emerson, an investigative reporter with more than 30 years.
So see, she said she kind of always felt like she knew something was up.
That kids get to do. I mean, you know, dance lessons and music and, you know, friends. We moved around a lot. And then we finally kind of landed where I live now. And that's where I've been for 30 plus years, almost 40 years. Yeah. It's tough to, I don't know. I'm not sure. It's a hard one. Like, I think, like I said, by all accounts, I think I've had a pretty normal, decent life. I mean, yeah, my mom did remarry, and I know that man is my dad, and he's been a wonderful person in my life. They're no longer together, and she's, you know, currently remarried, who I have a great relationship with her husband now. They're all good people. I've been surrounded by great friends. I have a good support system.
How did your mom talk to you when you were growing up, as far as like how she...
I have a question for the people in the chat. I think it was a divorce thing where the mom took the daughter, moved, and changed names. That was about to be my question, Moments in Trading. If this was a stranger abduction, or the woman is her actual biological mom, and she just took the little girl and went into hiding away from the biological dad. Is that what happened? The daughter and the father were saying the family was supposed to move to Indiana, and when dad arrived, mom and the baby were gone. Wow. So her mom is biological. Wow. So she left her spouse and went into hiding. So question, have they done anything in terms of like jail sentencing? Are they going to do a trial? Like, how much do y'all know? Because this is relatively new, right? Oh my gosh, this is terrifying. The mom was on the FBI list. Yikes. Good Lord. How fun would that be? Wake up one morning, you look at the FBI list, and there's your smiling face. The interview is on YouTube. Yeah, I'm going to look at, just saw an interview of her at the police station. Wow, you guys are really up on this story. I hadn't seen it at all. Thank you for the heads up. That is so crazy. Do we know? Well, I guess we don't know yet, do we? Whether it was sour grapes or whether she felt like the biological dad was dangerous, abusive. This is a pretty long interview right here. Okay, so what I'm looking at right now, y'all, is Criminally Obsessed. Let me give a thumbs up and subscribe. And she doesn't have 200 subscribers. She has 122,000 subscribers, so it's a legit channel. So if you want to watch, because it is a long interview, okay? So let me put this in the chat for you if you want to go ahead and click on that and go over and watch. There is the link to what I'm looking at right now. And I'm going to go ahead. Mom's arrested for kidnapping a child. They're not going to put out anything until after the court, and they're hoping to settle it peacefully. Good. I hope they can come to an agreement, Cinnamon. Especially the daughter is an adult now. She can kind of make her decisions how she wants to manage. But what a nightmare. Golly. So I'm going to go over to Plunder. I'm going to go look at a couple other places, see if we can get some more information on Michael Mckee. That is just incredible that they got the warrant this morning, and literally like within hours, he was in custody. So such a great relief, and I'm so sorry about Monique and her husband Spencer, but it is really great that he was caught. You hear that, Barrymore? Few you guys that do this to your families, you always get caught. It may take a little while, but you always get caught. All right. She is having an amazing relationship with her father and a ton of aunts and uncles and cousins. She says she feels like she's known him her whole life. That's great. That is so great. Yep. Wonderful. DNA cannot be erased. Yep. No, thank you, Ruth. I appreciate it. Okay, everybody. Well, I hope that you guys have a very good afternoon. I think it is really good news that Michael Mckee has been arrested, and you are innocent in the eyes of the law. You are innocent until you are proven guilty by a jury of peers. So even though it does sound like they have good evidence that connects him, you still have to kind of, wait it out until the final step is taken. But at least, they must have felt pretty sure that it was him. So we'll follow the story of Michael Mckee, his incarceration. I think the arrogance, I don't think he'll just lay down and do a plea deal. I think he'll fight it all the way to the bank. That's what I think. So this will probably end up being a big trial, probably next year sometime. And it'll be interesting today to sort of keep an eye on everything and see what kind of new information rolls around. I hope that those two babies and that dog, I hope that they enjoy living with the mother's brother and that they grow up feeling safe and well loved and protected. I will talk to you guys later on. All right. See you later. Bye.
Woke up at dawn with the pelicans in flight. Coffee brewing strong by dawn's early light. Waves whisper secrets to my open heart. The life around this water gets me off to a great start. Parrots wild, squawking loud in the old palm tree. Dolphin smiles, brighter than the Texas sun on me. We chase simple dreams, nothing fancy or grand, just honest days in this promised land. God gives rainbow horizons to those in this happy lane. Diamonds dancing on the waves, back sparkling again. Honest living, a pursuit of peace, family ties and the happiness we seek. Love forgotten country running deep in our veins. Through the storms and the trials we break those chains. Good living brings the blessings we see. Rainbow horizons calling to me. Living each moment, giving truth from the heart. No deceptions woven, no false starts. Feels like a front porch swaying in the ocean breeze, watching the sunset fade away with pink and blue ease. Teach the young ones right from wrong with care. Hold them close when the world's unfair. In this Gulf Coast life, we find our way, building memories that never stray. Oh, rainbow horizons after the rain, diamonds dancing on the waves back again. Honest living in pursuit of peace, family ties and the happiness we see. Love for God and country running deep in our veins. Through the storms and the trials, we break those chains. Good living brings the blessings we see. Rainbow horizons calling to me. When the night falls quiet and stars shine bright, I thank the Lord for this humble light, for the flag that waves and the grace from above, filling our hearts with endless love. No riches compared to the peace we found